Hey guys, welcome back to Rockford YouTube channel. For this video, I want to share with you some amazing Lowe's tool deals. We're going to use the YouTube shopping links. We're going to try and do the timestamp thing again because I think I got it figured out this time. Okay, and then we got a lot of power tool deals for the Lowe's stuff. Then we're also going to sprinkle in some Amazon promo code deals, and those will just be links in the description. Some really good promo code deals. Two different ones are 80% off. One I purchased like a year ago, so I didn't need another. The other one I bought myself. And what better way to show than getting high off my own supply here, okay? So the 80% off, they're really good too. They're not like inflated prices and then they give 80% off. They're pretty legit, the original prices. Actually, the one before the 80% off is $2 cheaper than what I paid years ago, like 2 years ago. And that's not even counting the 80% off. So you're going to really like that. That's going to be coming up. But for the low stuff, we're sticking with the power tool promotions. And these are available at some other retailers, and a lot of them are free item stuff, and everyone's going to have different selections. But we just want to be aware, know what's out there, know the possibilities as we're planning out our cordless tool array. First up, the DeWalt 20-volt 2-pack of 5 amp-hour batteries with the charger. So this is a newer starter kit from DeWalt. We got this lovely mouse over that is just absolute trash. But that is the DCB 1104, so it's a newer charger. The 4 at the end means you have a 4 amp output, so it'll take a little over an hour to charge these batteries, each one of them. But it's also a dual stage or 2-stage charger, so you're going to get a fast charge on the first 80%, then more of a trickle charge on the last 20%. Two things. One, the light changes when you get to the 80%, so if you want to pop it off there, maybe prolong the battery a little bit, or you just know you got an 80% charge, you can go back to work. Some people don't like giving a full charge. Also, the slower charge at the end help preserve your batteries a little bit. So it's a newer kit. It's $2.99, but we're getting 2 free tools to go with it. So it's really good, but it's kind of interesting because most of the time when you do one of these starter kits with a free tool, it's the normal sale price and then you get a free tool. This, I feel like this kit's worth $1.99, not $2.99. So it's like, hey, we're going to increase it $100, but we're going to give you 2 tools instead of 1 tool. If they would have left it at $1.99 and gave you 2 tools, man, that would have been so amazing. They would have suckered me in again, even though I don't need any of that. I probably have a version of all of these, but I want to show you all of the tools that are included as options. You got your 6.5-inch circular saw. Now, the grinder is the OG grinder. Same thing with this reciprocating saw. So they're a little bit lower value tools that we're leading off with. Motors with brushes, models that are probably 10 years old, still perfectly capable. Like, people love this angle grinder. Anytime I shit on this angle grinder a little bit, people get all over my ass. But here's the thing. I owned it for several years before I upgraded to a different one. It works great. It's fine. It's just it's lower value. If you're trying to maximize the value of the promotion, then buy this on its own when it's on sale for $99 and use this promotion for something that would be more expensive, like the Jigsaw. Jigsaw's $200. Sometimes we get like $179 when it's on sale. But if you're going to get a free item, get the more expensive one for free and go buy the other one on your own. Anyway, oscillating tool. We can get that whole kit, $99. It's like the 1.5 amp hour battery, which sucks, but it's a full kit with the charger and everything. So we don't want to get it as part of this promotion. Now, impact wrench, you got the 3/8 there. I love me an impact wrench. I will never get on your ass for using your free tool for an impact wrench, because that's a beautiful decision right there. This cutoff tool, I'm so pissed about this tool. It's cutting all this steel siding and roofing for the little extension I was putting on the garage at 16 by 26. And I know I have one of these. I did a video on this damn thing. I also have the Milwaukee one, and I can't find either. Usually when I have 2 redundant tools, I end up just selling one of them because I don't need both, but I bought them both to do videos or just do a little comparison. So I'm sure I probably sold one. I can't find either. God, I'm so mad about that. Then let's see, we got the drill here. That is a brushless tool though, so we like that. And we have the impact driver. So a couple of different good options. Let's see, if I were to do this, I would be getting this thing because I need to replace mine now apparently, since I can't find either, and I'd get the Jigsaw even though I already have it. But those would be the high value tools I'd be getting on this one. And let's move on to the next, see what we got here. We're going to have a couple of different Craftsman one. I think the tool selection is the same, or at least very similar, but we'll check it out. Did you notice they added this little thing, 900 bought in the last week? I think it was, what, 3,000 on that DeWalt one? It's kind of like what Amazon does on some stuff as well. So the Craftsman V20, you're getting the 4 amp hour battery and the 2 amp hour battery. Why are people texting me at midnight? Fools, it's late. 4 amp hour battery, 2 amp hour battery, and the charger for $99 and getting a free tool. Now I'm going to have a couple of different of these starter kits with Craftsman and a free tool, so you may want to stick around to see which one you like if you're interested in the Craftsman stuff. But boy, that's a really good value. So if we look at our free tool options for this Craftsman, we have the circular saw, 6.5 inch. So we're starting out pretty similar to the DeWalt promotion, obviously at lower price points here. The oscillating tool, the reciprocating saw, that ratchet. I actually kind of like that ratchet. I had the 1/2 inch version, which I'm sure is very, very similar. It's kind of bulky and it was loud. For some reason, it was loud. Such a weird thing, but it stuck out in my head when I got that. I was like, damn, this thing's loud. But kind of bulky and heavy. Still love a cordless ratchet. You got the angle grinder that is almost a clone of the DeWalt. I mean, it makes sense because same people now, but a little orbital sander would be a nice option. I mean, not a high value one, but as far as a cordless tool. A little vacuum jigsaw. What the 2-count mosquito repellent. Can I open these? Oh, of course not. Trash. What is that? Mosquito cordless. Oh, dude, I gotta open this. I don't even know. So here's the listing for that. 2-count mosquito repellent odorless home and perimeter outdoor device. Normally $79. It says no sprays, lotions, or candles. Includes 2 Thermacell 12-hour cartridges. I wonder how much those cartridges cost. Cartridge contains mosquito repellent. Activated repellent keeps mosquitoes away. 20-foot zone of protection against mosquitoes. That reminds me of something Ryobi would do. Ryobi has the goofy-ass off-the-wall tools, and that's what I like about Ryobi. Give me these goofy-ass things, because I'm all for it, as long as it works. Boy, I'd really like to know, and I'm too lazy to do any further searching, how much those cartridges cost, and how well that works. Because that's kind of an amazing idea for your cordless tool batteries right there. Back to this list, we got that little buffer guy. Is that a rotary tool? I'm like blind and squinting looking at it. It's like that's either a soldering iron or a rotary tool. I'm pretty sure that's a rotary tool. And then you got the little clamp on fan guy, or whatever it is. Slide on the battery fan. It's kind of like a Ryobi thing too. So there's some neat options, but a lot of like, okay, so if we're actually looking at something that's a decent value on here, I kind of would have to go with the mosquito things, but the ratchet, circular saw, maybe the jigsaw. Huh, that's interesting. So now here we have the Craftsman V20 2-pack. We're getting the charger, a 4 amp hour, and a 6 amp hour battery. This one's at $149. Of course, we're still getting the free tool. You love the 4 and the 6 amp hour batteries. You get some big boys there. But for a lot of those tools we were just looking at, which if this is, these are going to be a different selection, so that's good. Okay, so but if these are going to be your only batteries, if you don't have other smaller batteries, some of these tools just aren't a good pairing. Like you really don't want to use an impact driver or a drill. The 4 amp hour battery maybe, but the 6 amp hour battery, you're adding too much bulkiness, too much weight, and a smaller battery lasts plenty long on those type of tools. But like the blower, you definitely want to use a 4 or 6 on that because you're going to go through batteries pretty quick on a blower. The angle grinder, I guess, totally depends what you're doing with it. You could reasonably have a big bulky battery on that thing. Oh man, you got that thing again. Jigsaw, the belt. I want a cordless belt sander, even though I don't even have a need for one really, or use it very often. I have a corded one that sits around a lot. But I kind of just want it anyway. Have you seen the belt sander races? They advertise those on a pegboard at our Casey's near here. And I'm like, I want to do that so bad. It wasn't cordless though. They had the cords. I had to look it up on YouTube. And they're like, vroom! Like, holy shit! I gotta get into belt sander racing. Kind of reminds me of like adult Pinewood derbies. Let's see. So we got the reciprocating saw. This is pretty similar. It's funny how you see designs that are very similar to DeWalt. You figure they don't want to like totally knock themselves off, do they? Boy, I wish the pictures were bigger, or I could read the entire title, because I think that's an impact wrench, but it's tiny. So these are still going for almost another month, going through July 10th, and you got the oscillating tool there. So most of these, all of these maybe, are brushless tools, which is nice. So with this option, you're paying $50 more, but you're getting better batteries, and they're all brushless tools, which they definitely weren't all brushless with that last deal. Shooting over to Cobalt. 24-volt lineup, 2-pack, 4 amp hour batteries, 149. Also getting the charger there, and let's see what free stuff. Getting the fan. Boy, I love my DeWalt cordless fan. That thing's great. Got the old version. I can plug it into an extension cord. I don't know if this is dual power or not. That looks like just the battery socket, I guess you'd call it. LED light. Kind of a low value. Probably wouldn't go with it for the promotion. Paddle switch angle grinder. Little job site blower. Another light. Oh yes, I like the little right angle impact wrench. Definitely need to get one of those. That'd be my tool on this one. And a heat gun. Okay, I have the DeWalt heat gun. Telling you, not impressive. Like in some instances, it's good. It's cordless, so it's very portable and everything. But you don't get a ton of heat, and you have a very low fan speed. And I'm just gonna assume Cobalt's is similar, because I'm not gonna take the leap that Cobalt has a vastly better heat gun than DeWalt does. I think there's limitations of the batteries in general. So I think the reason it has this low fan speed is because it's not generating much heat to begin with. So if it had a strong fan on it, then it would be like room temperature. Now all that, and it sucks down batteries big time. Big time. 5 amp hour batteries last like 2 minutes on this heat gun. All that being said, it works good for like heat shrink, and like when I redid the stereo for a second time on the Caprice, I put in a nice like 7-inch touchscreen and everything in there. Well, you got all the speaker wires. You got 8 of those. You got, everything. There's a ton of wires. So a lot of heat shrink and stuff. The heat gun worked great for that because you're up under the dash and trying to be careful about things, and it was cordless and stuff. But you got to have like the right expectations on those heat guns. The wet dry vac, that's actually kind of a neat option to go with. I wouldn't hate you for that one. Router circular saw. Is that the second circular saw? Didn't we already see one? Yeah. 6.5-inch brushless. 6.5-inch brushless. What the hell does that say? Water resistant cordless what? I don't know what that is. Got the buffer, Bluetooth speaker. Nah. Well, you get a lot of options with this one. This one's going through the 24th. Might have to get the belt sander in both of them and race them. The little polisher guy is actually not a bad option because they're not always included with these promotions, Like circular saws, reciprocating saws, they're included a lot. Dollar-wise, it's not the highest value, but I kind of like the wet dry vac. Ooh, I like the impact wrench, the little right angle guy. Boy, that'd be the one I'd go with. I really like their 40-volt lineup. I've used quite a bit of their stuff in the 40-volt lineup. Haven't used the 24s. Alright, here we have the DeWalt 20-volt 2-pack 4 amp hour batteries. This is the newer ones, the 21700s in there. And not really a starter kit, I guess, because there's no charger, but you are getting the 2-pack of batteries. $199. Now, I'm not crazy about that price point for 2 4 amp hour batteries, which, by the way, I got a really good deal on some DeWalt batteries that are be coming up on the Amazon stuff here in a second. Let's see. Maybe they have a really good selection of tools to make up for it. No, it looks like it's the same as those 2 5 amp hours earlier. You're only getting 1 out of this, though. I mean, it's $100 cheaper. I guess it kind of depends what tools you're interested in and what you already got. Now, here's the thing. I'm throwing in the Flex deal because it's there. But there is not a tool brand that I have paid less attention to than Flex. Couldn't tell you a single damn thing about any of it. Most every other cordless brand I have at least some knowledge in. I mean, some people would disagree, but DeWalt's like my number one because I own the most of it. I own a lot of Milwaukee. And then we can touch base on just about everything. But Flex, because it came out with Lowe's and they're promoted, and I'm just like, God, the last thing the world needs is another cordless tool brand. Nobody's asking for this. Nobody needs this. This is a waste of everyone's time and energy. Just pick one that's already out there. You know, it's like if someone came out with like a new brand of socks. Like, socks are fine. We got plenty of socks. No one's complaining about their socks. Okay, let's just stick with the socks we know and be done with it. We don't... Anyway, so we got the Flex 24 volt battery and charger. What is that? Oh, good. My mouse over isn't worth a shit still, so I still can't see what the battery is. Alright, well, you're getting some battery with it. And let's see. This one goes through the end of July. We're getting a free item. It's $199. You're only getting 1 battery. So right off the top, this is not an impressive promotion because look at some of the value we were getting out of even the DeWalt stuff. Which, if you're going to put it side by side, I'm going to go with the DeWalt over this. Again, admittedly not knowing much about it, but don't care. Because also DeWalt's available like everywhere. So we can get all sorts of sales and promotions in different places. Router, jigsaw. Job site radio. Job site blower. Little drywall, rotary guy. Are they all brushless? No. They're not. I don't know. What do you guys think of Flex? How many of you guys are even in Flex? And why? That's the best question. Anyone who owns Flex, why did you get into Flex? What sold you on this is the tool brand I need to be in? Because I can make an argument for all sorts of different brands and why you would buy into their lineup. I don't think I have an argument for Flex. Going back to Craftsman, here we have the 2 4 amp hour battery starter kit at $139 with the free tool. Now, this is the same. I don't know if the tool selection is the same, but this is the same starter kit that around Christmas is $99 with a free tool. And that is such an amazing deal. They've done it the last 2 years around Christmas time. Maybe they'll do it around, throughout the year at some point for different holidays. But if you have any interest in Craftsman's lineup at all, or if you're already in it, that's like a must-buy deal. I remember when they first came out with it, I picked it up and I got, I think, 4 sets, and I had the, I could have hit the pause button there, but I'm lazy. Their job site radio, the Craftsman job site radio. 4 of those, sold off everything except for 1 set of the batteries and 1 of the radios. So I got to make my money back on it. can't remember if they weren't supposed to include the job site radio or if it was just like the best value in the promotion. The job site radio is pretty good. I wish it was louder because it's really bulky. So with the size of it, it definitely could have been, especially because you can also plug it in addition to using the battery. So they definitely could have made it louder, and they didn't. Also, it drops its Bluetooth. Like, I can use it for weeks on end with no problems, and then 3 days in a row, it'll constantly drop the Bluetooth, and you know it's going to do it because it clicks really loud, and then quits working. And I restart the phone, turn the thing on and off, nothing works. I don't know what the deal is. Switch to another Bluetooth speaker, works perfectly. I know, too much jabbering about things that doesn't matter. So this is $139, two 4 amp hour batteries. We're getting a free item to go with it. And this looks like the same lineup that we saw previously. I wish it was still $99. I mean, $139, it's not a bad deal, but knowing that it was $99, it's like, one of those you snooze, you lose. Craftsman. So this is kind of interesting. We're getting the impact driver with 2 batteries. Those have got to be like 1.5s or 2s. They're going to be tiny batteries. I bet they're 1.5s just because. No, they're C2 is 1.5, and you're getting 2 of them. And then let's see, it's probably the same tools again. So $139 with the impact driver kit. Now we have another Cobalt here, 2 4 amp hour batteries. $149. What was the other Cobalt one? This one was, it's the same damn thing, is it not? What are these fools trying to do to me? 24, 24, 03, 20, 34, 24. Ooh. What the hell's different with the... Okay. It's a different charger. Huh. Boy, do I hate a mouse over. Yeah. We got that guy. This is definitely different. I don't know which one's better. That's damn interesting. Well, they had 20 bought in the last week of this one. And 600 in the last week of this one. Well, the people have spoken and they think this one's better. They didn't see the other one. Let's see. It's 2 4 amp hour batteries. Charger. Looks like just an updated charger. And it's same tool options. Wonder what the output is on these chargers. As closest we're going to get is charge time of 1.1. So that's basically, I don't know, like a 4 amp output. According to this, the other one charges faster. Here it says 85 watt charger. 110 watt quick charger. Okay, so the same price. Only 20 have been purchased of this. I hate that Lowe's, you have to like add it to your cart to see if it's actually in stock or whatever. It's so annoying. Like for delivery. I think this one's better. Okay, so that's going to be all of the Lowe's deals. Now let me hit you with a few. Actually, I didn't want to go to that yet. There we go. Let's just get rid of that. A few Amazon deals. How late are we? Oh, already 25 minutes in. OBD2 scanner, code reader, OBD2 car diagnostic scan tool, auto car engine, fault code reader by VPOW. And it's 50% off. So 1,500 reviews, 4.5 out of 5 palm, fellowship belts. Pretty basic, not the most basic. You ever seen the ones where there's like 2 buttons on it? So at least we're getting a little bit more here. Let's see if we have anything that... $26.99, 50% off, so under $15. I am readiness and real-time data. Data or data? I kind of go back and forth. There's like caramel or caramel. I can't pick a lane on that. Here's that book light, because here's the thing. I thought it was kind of interesting because it goes around your neck. It's a neck light. So it kind of works as like a work light for different situations when you want to be hands-free, you know? When you got to get handsy with something, but you want to be able to see what you're doing, you can use the little neck light, book light thing. 3 color, 6 brightness, bendable neck light. It's 80% off. Now look, I didn't check these before starting the video, but I posted them all this afternoon. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed, and you know, hopefully things are going well. 126,000 reviews. That is so insane. So many reviews on this thing. So the regular price is $19.99. When I bought this, I think it was 2 years ago, I paid $21.99 for it. So it's $19.99 now. We have a 75% promo code and a 5% coupon. It's like $4. Very highly regarded. Look at all them reviews. And super cheap. I'm going to assume they're going to kill that code. I don't know when it expired. I don't even think I had it on here. Yeah, but they're definitely looking for selling a certain number of product, and then they're going to kill it. Because they're trying to get to a bestseller tag or something by putting that cheap of a price on there. I wouldn't expect this to last too long, but hopefully several of you can jump in on it. Or maybe you saw it posted earlier today on the website. Hey, bennies to those who check the website without waiting for a video to come out. 2-piece 6 amp hour 20 volt DeWalt replacement batteries by Ikiborm. They are 50% off. So look at that. 2 6 amp hour batteries. Normally $60, but the 50% promo code is going to make it $29.99 for 6 amp hour batteries. I love these generic. I love all the generic stuff that's coming out for these things. We have the generic tools where they're compatible with DeWalt batteries, and then we have the same thing with the batteries, and we're getting promo codes on those. And then you can even get the knockoff chargers. You could have an entire collection of just knockoff DeWalt cordless stuff. The tools, the batteries, the chargers, the whole thing. Now, in my experience with these other ones, different brands, I don't have anything by this specific brand, the amp hour rating seems to be like inflated, or they're just not as good of batteries or cells in there as the genuine DeWalt stuff. But even if it's a 6, but it has the longevity of like a 4, I mean, who at $29.99 and you're getting 2 of them? Don't care. I'm trying to think of the brands I have, but I have one that's orange and black, and the other one is blue and gray. And I use them all the time because I'm trying to get them to die. I think I've had both of them 2 years or something. We have videos on them. I'm trying to think. I remember cutting down that tree with one with the little 10-inch chainsaw. Anyway, huge fan of these things because they're so cheap. So cheap. LED wall pack light, 120 watt, 11,000 lumen, 5,000K commercial outdoor light, security light by Vavor, and 80% off. Which, by the way, right here, this link has all, not all, but a lot of the Vavor deals posted. Some of them I'm putting on the category pages up here because they don't really fit so much. So you might have to check those, but they're also getting posted over here. And I love that they keep putting out these amazing deals. So you got the sensor for day-night sensor, photocell sensor. Otherwise, it's not like a solar thing. This actually gets wired, you know, to whatever, the building or whatever. But $48.99, which isn't a bad price for 120 watt LED wall light like that. But we have 50% promo code, 30% coupon. I bought one of these. I don't even have a use for it. I kind of have a use for it. Like, here's my dilemma, right? I have a light on the front of the pole barn that shines down on the driveway. I actually really like that light. It's hooked up to a photocell already, so it automatically comes on at night and everything. But last year, I think it was last year, I put that basketball hoop below it. Now the light right now works because it's at like a 45-degree angle at the peak of the pole barn. And of course, like the backboard of the basketball hoop is plexiglass, so it kind of goes through it anyways. But the bulb burnt out. So here's my thing. Do I just put in a new bulb, which I also think is going to be kind of like a pain in the ass to get there because the basketball hoop's below it, but maybe it'll be easier, and I'm just looking at it like, oh, that's going to be a pain in my ass to get a ladder to. It's like, it's 11 feet at the eaves, I don't know, 15 feet or 18 feet or something to the center, I don't know. Anyway, I'm worried that the light's going to be blocked by this. So I bought this thing not knowing if I'm even going to use it or not. And the biggest thing is, do I want to dismantle, unwire a perfectly good working light that just has a burnt out bulb to see if I like this one? And I do all this work figuring out a way to bolt it on there and mount it because I'm sure it'll be different. And then I don't even like it as much because that basketball hoop. I like this other one being angled. And this one might be more straight downward, which wouldn't do me as good with that basketball hoop right there. So that's my thought process that you didn't really need to be a part of, but hey, we're not in a hurry here. We're just kind of hanging out at 1 o'clock in the morning. Headlamp rechargeable with red light, LED headlamp flashlight with 4 lighting modes. Outdoor hands-free headlight by Everbright, and it's 50% off. So rechargeable headlamp. You see, this one just has the wrap around the head elastic thing. Some of them have the one over the top. I kind of go back and forth on which one I like better. When you're talking about like the Olight style headlamps where you're putting a flashlight in the front of it and it's kind of heavy and bulky, I like that one over the top because it kind of like stabilizes everything. And then this isn't a situation for me at all, but if you're like a jogger or someone who's doing a lot of motion in the dark, you may need that top thing to keep it on your forehead or whatever. But for just doing, like, for me, it's mostly doing something on the car up underneath the dash, or just need hands free at the engine or under the car or whatever. That elastic stripe just going around the head, that's plenty. It's fine. And it's a little bit more comfortable. But this guy's $12, then 50% off, so it's only $5.99. It's a built-in battery that's rechargeable. Cheap enough that if you break it, you won't, be too pissed. So I kind of like that. So that is all the amazing deals I have for you guys. All the Lowe's stuff, we're going to do the timestamps as best I can. And we're going to use those YouTube shopping links. So hopefully that works out for you. Let me know if you have any problems with that. And then all the Amazon links will be linked down below. One more quick aside since we are here. You know what I did today that like totally wasted so much of my time? It was absolutely ridiculous. So last year I bought the Jeep, right? So part of the thing when you buy a new Jeep is you get free oil changes. You get 3 free oil changes and 3 free tire rotations. Now, a lot of the dealerships around here have like express lube lanes, right? You just pull up. You don't need no damn appointment or anything. You just pull up and you get your oil changed. Or, you can go to like one of the Jiffy Lube type places or whatever that it's expensive as shit. I could change my oil. It's just a pain in the ass. Then I got to figure out what to do with the oil, and I got to go out and buy the oil and the filter. And it's like, I don't got time for this bullshit. And then, of course, this one was a free oil change. And oil changes, remember back in the day, you get an oil change for like $20. $19.99 oil changes. Now it's like $19.99, but the decimal's in a different spot. So anyways, I go to the dealership, right? And this dealership's small town dealership. They don't have an express lube thing or whatever. And I didn't know that until I got up there. And I'm thinking, I don't even know where to go because normally I could just pull into the oil change line. And they don't have one. So I get up there and they're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be an hour. It's like, oh, that's okay. I don't mind. Now, I thought when they said it's going to be an hour, I thought they meant like it would be done in an hour. That's not what they meant. That's not what they meant at all. So, I'm walking around the lot, checking things out, talking with the salesman, really just kind of bullshitting, killing time. And then there's a store next door. I go over to the store for a while. I buy some meat sticks. They had these. They're actually pretty good. It was Iowa Smokehouse. I think that's what they called it. Meat sticks. And they were good. I got the originals. They had some cheese ones, which actually after I get through these originals, I'm gonna go back and try the cheese ones. And they had habanero, and they also had regular beef jerky. But I kind of like meat sticks better. Plus, I just like saying meat stick. So I got a package of meat sticks. And then there was a bar right next to the dealership. So I went to the bar for a while, had some 7 and 7s, and just kind of hanging out there. And it was a bunch of, it was a clean, decent looking place, but it was kind of like depressing because it was all these like super old guys that looked unkempt, what's the word? Unkempt, looked kind of dirty, and boy, you've had a rough life, haven't you, bud? Oh man, then yeah, so that was an interesting situation. Anyway, this oil change, and then then the oil change. I sat here for so long. I was like, okay, I gotta go somewhere. I gotta do something. I can't have another one of these, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to go home. So I go back to the dealership and I'm still walking around, and then it starts raining. I'm like, oh shit. So walk inside, and the guy's like, oh yeah, it's almost done, blah, blah. And then I wait in the waiting room, and I'm still waiting for like a half hour longer or something. It took 3.5 hours to get an oil change. 3.5 hours. It was the longest ass oil change in the world. I could have like drove to Walmart, got the oil, got the filter, drove home, changed the oil, put the oil in some other container, drove to AutoZone, gave them the oil, still went to that bar, came home, had dinner, recorded this video, and they'd still be working on changing the damn oil. I could not believe that. Okay, they also did a tire rotation. Let's add 10 more minutes for the tire rotation. Oh my god. And then, I don't even know what that hour he was talking about was. That was so crazy. I could not believe it. I don't know if it was because it was free. They were like, piss on him. He's not even paying for it. He can just wait. He can just sit there and wait. I also bought a tree while I was there. Because the store had their plants half off. And there was one tree left. I told the girl, don't let no one buy that last pine tree, damn it. I'm going to come back when I have a vehicle. I'm buying that thing. Huh. Thought you guys might enjoy that story, or you might not. I don't know. I had to share that 3.5 hours for an oil change. Oh god. Oh, that's what I get for not doing it myself, huh? I quit doing it on the new cars years ago because I just don't want to deal with it. I still change it myself on like the Caprice, the Corvette, the Mustang when it needs it, but it doesn't really need it too often because it doesn't move. Uh, All right, I think we've. Let's see how. Oh yeah, this is getting. I'm trying to think what's next on the agenda. I want to do a Walmart video, but then I was having a hard time finding the stuff. Like I knew what I wanted to do with it, but I couldn't really find everything. So maybe a couple of days. And we definitely gotta do like a dedicated Amazon video pretty soon because we've done a couple of the other stores and we gotta like get back to the roots a little bit here. So anyways, guys, that's it. I'm done. I don't got anything else to talk about. I gotta go to bed. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give the video a like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. See you guys next time.